Welcome to Leadapreneur. Hello and welcome to the Leadapreneur Podcast. I'm delighted today to invite Toh to share his stories with us about what it takes to be a great professional in ASEAN. He's had decades of experience and I look forward to unpacking and understanding that. There's a lot of powerful stories that we're looking forward to hearing. But before we do that, as always, let's start with a bit of a lighthearted approach. And of course, it's, as we always like to say, food is very important.
Sure.
So Toh, what is your favorite food?
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah. Especially sashimi. Right? The raw fish.
Yes.
Raw cuttlefish. The raw eggs. All those things.
Raw cuttlefish.
Yeah, cuttlefish.
God, that's very brave.
I think it's squid, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Squid, right? So yeah, the Japanese sashimi.
As fresh as possible when it's still wriggling around even?
Yeah.
You eat that?
It's like that.
I'm not brave enough.
I went to Japan,
Yes.
Yep. And we went to this market in Japan. And they literally picked up the squid. I wouldn't know whether it's squid or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. And the guy just put it on the chopping board.
It's alive. He's pulling it out alive. Right. Okay. Live squid.
Alive.
Right.
He pulled it out, put it on the chopping board. And then he served it on to me on the plate. Yeah. And those little fellas are still wriggling there. And you take it up, dip it on the sauce, you put it in the mouth, it's still squeezing. You like that? Okay.
Oh my God. I'm making my heart feel nervous here. I'd rather give a speech in front of 10,000 people than do that.
That was my first experience.
Right.
Like your tagline, dare to be
great.
Dare to be great. Okay, in that case, it's dare to be different. Okay, I just want to try something different. As long as it doesn't break my arm and doesn't break my leg, it's okay. Okay, but no bungee jumping. That's
no bungee jumping.
That's beyond me. Already.
Okay.
If maybe a bit 40 years ago, maybe I'll try that. No, at this age, I think if I jump, my heart will come out first. So that's
Safety first, then. Yes.
Yeah, my favorite food. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And
well, now we've got.
Have you tried durian?
So I have, but I have to confess, I just cannot.
Why? Why not?
It just makes. I'm just going to say, it just makes me want to gag. I eat it and it just. My body's instantly no. It's not even. I'm not even trying. I'm almost instantly vomiting.
Yeah. What is it? The flavor, the pungentness, the smell, the odor, or what? What does it? I don't understand.
Honestly, my brain just doesn't. Is it sweet? Is it salty? Is it savory? And it's sort of garlicky and it's rich and creamy. But I'm like, is this like a fruit? Is this like foie gras? Is this like cheese? Is this something my brain just goes error, remove. and then I mean, I was in Malacca once and I picked up, one of those from the street vendors. I just ate one of the puffs to try it. And I didn't realize it was durian cream inside. And I'm embarrassed to say this, but I almost instantly vomited into the side. But I get that people like it, but I've had to say that's.
Yeah, this is all a very individual thing.
Yes.
But generally, I find Europeans, they cannot tolerate.
No, we cannot. Our weakness.
Yeah, you ask any Asian, they see a durian, they go for it.
Well, that's what amazes me. Their passion for it.
Yeah.
The passion for durian is really impressive, right?
Yeah.
Got to get the right season, the right one from the right plantation. It can't be any durian.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to get the Malaysian one, not the foreign, not the other countries one.
Right, so we've covered some food, we've covered some crazy stories there. Let's move on to music and your favorite band.
Music. I'm a very unique creature. Okay. I went to English school, but I love Chinese songs.
Wow. Okay. English school in Malaysia, was it?
Yeah, right. English schools in Malaysia, and I love Chinese songs.
Okay.
Not a fan of English songs.
Okay. You're going to have to help me learn here. So can you tell me some great Chinese songs that you like?
I like those oldies and all those. I mean, maybe those singers may have passed on already. People like Teresa Teng and all those things.
Okay.
So that was the genre that I liked.
Right. So what would someone search for on Spotify or YouTube? Teresa Tang? Is that the right? If they wanted to understand the music that you like.
Oh yeah, you can go to YouTube. There's
Yes.
plenty of that, and of course you may not understand what she's singing.
Mhm.
You can go and Google it. They have translations. They have Chinese pinyin. You know the pinyin.
Yes.
Yeah. That means they have the Chinese wording and the English pronunciation of it.
Yes.
Some websites they even give you the English translation of it, so you understand the whole lyrics, what she's singing about.
And how does it make you feel when you're listening to her music?
Great. I love it. Very soothing to me, very comforting to me. I just love those genre of musics. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Man of the heart, listening to powerful Chinese music.
Yeah.
And then we got
But-
animal.
But one thing,
Yes.
I don't understand. I don't read and write Chinese. That's why I said.
Plot twist.
That's why I said I'm a unique creature.
Right.
I only understand what she's saying, and there's some of the words I don't even understand the meaning. So I asked my wife, what's the meaning of that line there? Eh? So she has to translate it to me.
Uh-huh.
My wife went to Chinese school.
Right.
So
But that's amazing that you can feel the beauty of the music even without hearing knowing the words, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got to jump on to the next category.
Yeah.
We've had favorite food and band. Now we have animal. Favorite animal. What's your favorite animal?
Animal would be a dog.
Do you have dogs or?
Yeah. I had a dog. It's just an ordinary street dog anyway. So I was young, I didn't know how to take care of dogs and all that. So it's in the village. And it's just a normal thing. And then after that, the dog passed away. I feel sad about it.
Yeah.
And then I told myself, that's it. No more pets for me. And I stayed pet free until 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Last year, 2024, I can't remember. And my son gave me a surprise.
Ooh. What was that surprise to?
He bought a golden retriever, a small puppy. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Never talked to me, never asked me anything. He just bought one and brought it back.
Was it your birthday or was it just
No.
nothing special to celebrate?
Nothing. He just brought it back. And then I went downstairs. Then I heard a puppy yelping around. I said, hey, what's that? When I look and say, hey, who brought the puppy home? My son said, I bought it. I said, wow, now who's going to take care of this fella?
Wow.
Okay, so that's another journey now. The dog is now, I think, 1 year plus.
And what do you call? Is it a boy? What do you call him?
Yeah. He is. So my son named him Fen, F-E-N.
F-E-N.
Apparently, there's a meaning to it, but I don't know what's the meaning.
Okay. Yes.
So, yeah, he's a cute little fella, golden retriever.
Okay.
And every time I go down, he's kept at the back there. We barricade a small space for him, and he's around there. Off and on, I'll just release him, and he can run around the whole lawn outside there. He's a cute fella, and every time he hears me coming, he'll jump up to the door. The door, there's a grill.
Yes.
Yeah, you put his leg there, and they look at me.
Cutie. Especially with the golden retriever, right?
Yeah,
That's a sweet one.
then I'll try to talk to him. Yeah, I don't know. I Googled it and they say dogs understand human language.
Yes.
Not much, but at least maybe about 40, 50 words. I'm not too sure about that. So I just keep on repeating those same words. Eat, sit, drink, water. So every time I ask, you want to eat? Eat. And he will sit down. He's a cute boy. Okay, you want to eat, huh? Wait. So I go and get some food. And every time I take the doggy food, he will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know you want it. Yeah. So it's a cute fella. Yeah. That's animal.
Animal. Next
Yeah.
up is color. What's your favorite color?
Color is blue.
Right.
I got more
Well, you're
blues
wearing
than
blue.
anything.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think maybe guys like blue. Yeah. I mean, I may be wrong, but
I think you're pretty right there. Yeah, right. Yes.
yeah, just like ladies, they like pink and red and all that. I tend to like blue.
Yeah.
Okay, of course, I do have other colors, but majority of my wardrobe is blue. My t-shirts are blue.
When you buy a new t-shirt, it's blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife will tell me, hey, you already got that color in the house. Don't buy this one. I say, never mind. Okay? Nobody knows how many I have anyway.
Oh, Toh, this is going to be. I'm really enjoying this. Great fun with you. We have one more on the quick fire round. Vacation, dream destination for your vacation.
Vacation, Japan.
Back to Japan. Forests, the skiing.
I like Hokkaido better than Tokyo, Kyoto, and all that. I've been to those other places, but I think Hokkaido is more fun. I like the snow there. I like the cold there. And I like the sashimi, of course. I cannot escape. And of course, the beer.
I feel you. I feel you. Fresh, cold beer.
Fresh, cold beer in a cold winter.
Yes.
Anyway, it's always cold most of the time.
Yes.
You know? But anyway, I've slowed down on beer. Okay, never mind, but that's another story.
Me too, actually. But like you said, that's another story. So let's jump into the inspirational quote section. I believe you got a quote for us.
Yeah.
Can you share that with us?
My quote will be lead with authenticity, manage with humanity.
Lead with authenticity.
Lead with authenticity.
Yes.
Manage with humanity. Now, this quote, I devised it myself. Out of my years of experience in the human resource industry and all that. So I tend to see that sometimes the supervisors, the managers and all that, they don't treat their staff well. And sometimes they tend to be hypocritical. Say one thing in front and do another thing behind them.
That's very honest of you to say. Yes, I think a lot of audience members can
I devised this quote and I say, and I use it all the time in my trainings. I say, you guys better lead with authenticity. Don't be a hypocrite. Yeah. You don't have to be a yes man. You don't have to give in all the time. You just have to be brave to say no, that's all. Some people, they just dare not say no. They do not want to offend the staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they say, oh, I'll try for you. But they know deep in their heart, they can't do it.
Right.
Yeah. Just tell them, hey, sorry, bro. I don't think this is going to work. I can't do this for you.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. Don't set their expectations high and leave them hanging high and dry. In the end, they get nothing. By the time when they find out that you're not delivering what you've told them, you're gonna lose their trust.
Right. So this is very interesting because what I'm hearing from you is that authenticity in many ways is shaped by the ability to be brave and say no.
Yeah. And manage with humanity. I mean, in my line, I was from the human resource industry line, and now I'm doing training and all that. How do we manage with humanity? I mean, the law is the law. Yeah. Sometimes we just have to bend the law a bit, not flouting the law. I mean, what if a guy comes and asks for leave? He said, boss, I need to go off. I got an urgent matter. And now you as a supervisor, you have an urgent work to be done. Now we have a conflicting situation now.
Right.
He has got an urgent matter, personal matter, which he needs to go off. And you have got urgent task for him to accomplish. Are you prepared to compromise or not? Say, okay, never mind, go. Okay, I'll find a way to settle your job. Now, if you can do that, I think your staff will appreciate you a lot. It's the small, small things in life that people appreciate you. You don't have to do big, big things for them. Yeah. And these small, small things, when you accumulate them together, it becomes a big deal for them.
Mm. Mm. Mhm.
Yeah. I have a group of former colleagues. These are all general workers. Yeah. And I was at that time the head of human resource. Okay. And today we are still friends. Why? Every year they will call me. Said, boss, still calling me boss. Boss, this year we do Chinese New Year can you come down to Seremban or not? They are based in Seremban. And of course, I would not want to disappoint them.
Yes.
Yeah. Why do they still want to invite me? Knowing me, I'm no longer the head of human resource. I can't do anything for them. They organize a dinner and I go down. And I appreciate it. They appreciate it. Then small, small things. And to all those who are listening in, I hope my story inspires you all. Yeah. Manage your people with humanity. They will appreciate you until even if you have left the organization, they will still remember me. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. So we have lead with authenticity, manage with humanity.
Yes. Lead with authenticity. Be authentic in your leadership.
Yes.
Manage with humanity. Manage people with humanity. That's my message.
And it seems to me there's a thread there of bravery in the sense that authenticity is the bravery to say no, to kind of keep it real. And perhaps in the managing aspect, there's a bravery to be human.
Yeah.
And to have the, to say there's the pressure of the now work, but this person's mother is in crisis, for example, he needs to go. Have the bravery to be human.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you can apply the law and say, no, I'm the supervisor in charge. I can say no to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Your personal issue is your personal issue. Now is your working hours. Please do the job.
Yes.
Can you be flexible enough or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Dare you be flexible enough or not? That's another question. How many people dare to be flexible?
Because it takes courage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
How many out there dare to be responsible and accountable?
Yes.
Some majority of them will say, I will toe the line.
Because there's the safety in the SOP.
Yeah,
right?
the safety aspect of it.
It's safer to just do what you're told and not be human.
Yeah.
Right.
So how many are dare do it? Yeah. Be accountable. So what? If the boss if the supervisor's boss would ask him, why do you let him go?
Right.
Dare you face up to him and say,
Right.
don't worry, boss. I'll get the work done. Just leave it to me.
Right.
Or do you prefer the safer route? Sorry, no leave for you. Please get the job done.
Yeah.
Which one? I can't say this is right or this is wrong. Yeah, it's up to the individual.
But I think you said it nicely in the sense of the little things add up.
Yeah.
Because that's what shapes the culture, right?
Yeah.
If you say no, you can be within your rights to say that, but that's
Yeah.
going to have a significant impact on that person.
Yep.
People will talk about that.
Yes.
It will shape
exactly.
the culture.
Exactly.
Consequences cascade in that
Yes.
negative vibration,
Yes.
right? And then 6 months later, people are quitting because they don't
Yeah.
feel they're comfortable there anymore.
Yeah. The
For example.
quiet quitting culture sets in.
Yes.
And then slowly the environment will become toxic.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Well, that takes us then in a little bit to,
Mm-mm.
let's understand your personal journey through the professional experiences. Is there anything you can to understanding this? I love this quote that you shared. It's really opened my eyes. Is there something that you can share from your sort of pre-university days, your childhood, that you think shaped the man that you became, the professional path that you took?
Yeah. I believe somebody up there have already decided my life journey.
Kind of know what you mean there, Toh. Okay, I can resonate with that. I think many people can.
So,
yes.
I when I was in school, I loved the uniforms. I love the uniform. So I joined the Boy Scouts.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And when I reached Form 3, Form 3 was the highest level in that school. They don't
And
have
how old is Form 3, just for people who are not familiar with it?
Form 3 will be, I'm not sure how does it, the equivalent of it in the UK system or
Yes.
the European system. I'm not too
But
sure.
your age is like 10, 15?
15.
15. Okay, so mid-teens, teens.
So we were junior level.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah. So I was the troop leader of the scouts. So after that, I went Form 5, Form 6 and all that. Of course, at that time, I come from a very poor family.
Yeah.
Yeah. My grades were not that fantastic to enable me to enter public university in Malaysia.
Okay.
And my parents doesn't have much money to send me overseas either.
Right.
So I have to, after my Form 6, I have to join the workforce.
Okay. But before we do that, I just want to go back to the Scouts, because what impacted you about being a Scout troop leader? How do you think that shaped you in a person, formed your personality?
Yeah,
So for example, let's say if you hadn't done the Scouts, how would you be different?
the scouts enable me to learn what is discipline.
Right.
Okay. So that shaped me as an individual. Yeah. And of course, I rose up the rank from being a patrol leader to become a troop leader and all that. So in a way, I developed my leadership skills in a very, very small way because I have to lead the troop. Yeah.
And how many people is that in a troop?
About 45.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're leading 45, 50 people at the age as a teenager?
Yeah.
Right.
So it was an interesting journey for me, experience for me. So that's where I developed my leadership skills, discipline, and all that. Then I moved on and I joined the police force. Yeah. So I ended up as a police officer, police inspector. That's when again the discipline part comes about.
Okay.
And
did you go to university?
No. So
you didn't go to university.
I did my HSC, which is equivalent to the A levels.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't have the funds or the grades to go into university.
Right. Yeah.
So I joined the police force, and I stayed there for about 14 years.
Wow.
Okay, 14, and I did a lot of interesting things.
I can imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, I was in the special branch, and we investigated a lot of activities. I was in the division that deals with communism. So
Because what year are we in at the moment when you're telling your story?
I was there from 1977 until 1981, 14
Wow.
years.
Okay. And is that where they're sort of the communists were still in the jungles,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
I'm not so familiar with the story, but I think
they were still very active.
yeah.
Very.
I've met a few gentlemen from your background who were army,
I see.
right?
Good.
So you're a special branch and you're looking to defeat these guys.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. So we are gathering intelligence.
Right.
We are doing quite a fair bit of programs and all that.
Yeah.
Which are not appropriate for me to disclose.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting thing. And
what drove you to do that?
Sorry?
What drove you to give your career and your time to helping the nation? It's a challenge. There's easier things to do, right? It's pretty hard to do that.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Why did you choose to do that difficult thing?
Firstly,
and for 14 years, no less.
Firstly, I think it's my love for uniform.
Right.
I told you, I went into the Boy Scouts,
Yeah.
and then I went into the police. So the love of uniform, of course, being a policeman at that time, I think was something that I looked forward to. I wanted to. I applied and I got it. Yeah. So then I stayed there for 14 years.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of it's secret and you can't tell us about it.
Yes. And then I decided, okay, I need to do something to improve myself.
Right.
Okay.
So now you're in your early 30s, is it?
Yeah, late
Yes,
20s.
late 20s, right?
Yeah, late 20s, 28, 29, 30s.
Yeah.
So I embarked on the law degree, which is the University of London, the external program. So then I got an offer from the private sector. That's where I left. Still,
So-
I've not completed my degree yet.
And were you working and studying at the same time?
Yes.
Because not to overlook that, so how are you at working hours? How are you organizing your time?
And of course, the government service at that time, if I'm not mistaken, they work from 8 to 4:15 or something like that. I'm
Okay.
not too sure.
So a full day's work, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much a full day's work. And occasionally there will be night duties and other works involved, weekend works involved, and all that as a police officer.
Yes.
So so I have to juggle between work and studies.
And then you're doing 2-3 hours of studies in the evening.
Yep.
And do you have a family at this point?
Yes.
Are you married or you?
Yes, married.
Kids?
So,
Do you have kids at this point?
Yes.
So you're married, kids, police officer, special operations, doing some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
And you're studying your law degree.
Yeah, juggling between
Okay.
all these things.
Right.
Yeah. So finally got my law degree. Then that's where the company offered me to be the legal HR manager, legal manager first.
Yes.
I moved from the police to the private sector as a security manager.
Right.
Then I became the legal manager. I became the HR manager.
And can you tell us which company that was?
My first company was Metroplex Berhad.
Okay.
It's no longer around.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So, and then I found that I love HR.
Right.
So that's where I remained until I retired in the year 2020.
Okay, so you started in mid-80s. Am I correct in that?
Right?
You started in the 80s?
1981.
1991,
I left the
right.
police force
Yes.
until I retired at a young age of 63.
So that's so you said 2024 you said you retired? Was that
2020.
2020, right?
Yeah.
So that's 90s, that's like 30 years, pretty much, right? 29 years.
37. Yeah. 80. I
3
think so.
decades in HR, right? Wow.
Uh,
Because I think it's just worth appreciating and respecting that. That's just, you've seen a lot. What was the world like in 1991?
yeah.
How was the world in 2020?
Yes.
Very different realities.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And moving through that,
Mm.
of course, not just yourself, but with your family, right? And keeping that all together.
Mm.
So let's sort of have a quick story that, what led you into the HR in the 90s? What's a story you can tell us there about where you spent some blood, sweat, and tears? What was a time there where you really took yourself push yourself and dared to be great?
Thanks. That, of course, after 14 years in the police force, I think things are not going my way. So I make a conscious move that I wanted to leave.
Yes.
So that's why I embarked on the law degree. And as I said, somebody up there has already planned my career path. So things just fall into place, and
You have faith and you walk the path.
yeah. So, and the HR thing, I didn't know what is HR. Okay. I know what HR does, but I don't know what life being an HR person is going to be.
Right.
So my boss, the HR manager at that time, offered me, "Do you want to come to HR to be my assistant?" I said, "Oh, why not? Give it a try."
Yeah.
Okay? So, like you said, dare to be great. So I just dare to be different. That's all. Okay. Albert Einstein said, "You can't be doing all the same thing and expecting different results." So I went on with it. Yeah, so that's where I found my liking, my calling, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
So that's where I stayed. And dealing with humans is a interesting thing.
That's probably the best way to describe it. It's very interesting, right? Yes.
You do it the right way, you'll enjoy it. You do it the wrong way, you're gonna have sleepless nights.
Yeah. And can you tell us some moments that stand out to you when you look back and just think, wow, that was a great challenge that you overcame?
Great challenge. I'm more I'm a more people's oriented person. So I like to move around, mix with people and all that. That's where in my last company, I went around meeting all the workers.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what.
Can you tell us which company it was, just for some context?
This was SWM Environment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
SWM Environment is the equivalent of Alam Flora in the central region.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So SWM Environment operates in Negeri Sembilan, Melaka, and Johor. These 3 states only.
Right.
Okay. So we are the company that manages the solid waste.
Yeah.
That means we collect the garbage.
Yeah.
And we cut the grass, sweep the roads. You see the people sweeping the roads and all that. Yeah. So I always tell people we collect garbage and we throw rubbish.
Yeah. There you go. It's important.
That's our business.
Yeah.
We collect garbage and every day we are talking rubbish. Why the rubbish there is not collected? Why that place there is so dirty? It's full of rubbish.
You guys. Take note. Take note.
I mean, that's the side of it. Okay.
Yes. But you were telling us the story of how you went to talk to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Because it must be a large organization. How many people do you have?
We have 8,000 people.
8,000 people.
Yeah.
So you went to people?
Yeah, I went to all the states and all that. Of course, I met with everyone.
Yes.
And we organize employee engagement sessions. So like for all the major festivals, it could be Deepavali, it could be Hari Raya, it could be Chinese New Year, yeah? Especially the Hari Raya. Yeah. Because the demographics is majority of the workforce are Malay.
Right.
So we organize simple things. We buy bubur lambo. You know what's bubur lambo?
No.
It's simple porridge.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Porridge. Yes.
porridge,
Yes.
porridge,
Yes.
yeah. So, and then we will meet these people at around, because they finish work at about 4, they come back to the office about 4, because during the day they are out there collecting garbage and all those things.
Right.
They come back, the trucks will come back around 4. So we'll meet them around 4. And the good thing is we will line up a table and we'll place all the bubur lambok there, mineral water, and some kuehs and all that, all packed. And we, the management staff, will stand behind the tables and we will distribute it back to them. They will walk in front of us and we'll give each one of them a small packet. 1 bubur lambok, 1 mineral water, and a kueh. I tell you, they appreciate it. It's just the small things that we do.
Yes.
Yeah. And
you're being brave to be human.
Yeah.
To be inspired by your quote, right?
There's no necessity for us to be, I'm the boss. I need to show, I need to keep my distance. I don't need to keep it official. No, not necessary. Just be human, that's all. That's where my tagline goes.
Yes.
Manage with humanity.
Yes.
Just be an ordinary human being.
Yes.
Go down, and I even give them my handphone numbers. No problem. You got anything, call me.
Yeah.
So I know what is going on at the operational level.
Yes.
So that's what I think, one thing which I think they love it and I enjoy it. It's tiring, but I enjoy it. And after the puasa month, the fasting month, then it comes to the Hari Raya. That's where we do the Hari Raya open house event. So we organize all these events and all that. And any employee that calls me or WhatsApp me and say they got an issue, I will solve it. I will tackle it. I won't say that I won't say that every issue I can solve it, but I will attend to it. I will attend to it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And that builds trust, of course.
Yeah,
right?
that will build trust.
That you're communicating transparently.
Yeah.
You're probably also being brave in your authenticity to say, no, I can't help with this, but maybe try that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I also think it's very inspiring of how you are using simple things to achieve, great outcomes.
Simple things. Yeah. So to all the listeners out there, just do simple things. Your staff will appreciate. You don't have to do big things. If you do not have the budget
Yes.
or you do not have the manpower to do it, no problem.
Yeah. Just a table with some bubble.
Yeah.
Managers serving there with humility and respect.
And once I have their phone numbers, I'll call them. Then I'll WhatsApp the guy. Say, hey bro, I'm coming to JB. Can we meet up over tea? Then we just gather. I say, bring along a few of our friends. We'll gather in a tea stall.
Yeah.
Nothing fantastic. Just a small tea stall at the roadside.
Yeah. Right.
And they love it. They love it. Boss, one picture, boss. No problem. Yeah. Then they will go and share. I had tea with the boss. See, a moment of glamour for them, and it makes them so happy.
Yes.
It's small things. Right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I think there's so much you can take away from that.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a difficult question,
Yeah.
which is in this long and varied career that you've had, when was the moment when is there a moment when you cried? The moment that was so challenging, you're just almost having a breakdown where it was, and can you share about that moment and what happened and how did you come through it?
If I share it now, I'll cry now.
You feel comfortable? But I dare you to.
Will this podcast be able to accept me breaking down in front of the cameras?
I think so. I think we'd respect you. Yeah, that's what being authentic. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. This story I've told many times. And most of the time, I get emotional about it. This is a story of misconduct in the company.
Right.
Yeah. It's a sexual harassment issue. And a group of workers were sexually harassed.
They were harassed or harassing?
They were harassed
Right.
by their supervisor.
Right.
Okay. And they do not know where to complain. But until one day, one of these ladies was brave enough to WhatsApp me. Remember? They're down in the States. My office is in KL. So when I received the message, I replied, he says, boss, I got something to tell you. Okay. I replied, I said, okay, what's it? Tell me.
Yeah.
He says, we are sexually harassed, and all that. So when I got the message,
oh, that must have been.
I said, oops.
Yeah.
This is serious.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I'm not sure whether this is the truth or not the truth.
Of course, right?
Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to fix up somebody.
Yeah.
Okay? So I immediately contacted my guy down there. And I said, hey, bro, please check on all this. See whether this allegation is true or not. And I got a team of ex-military intelligence officers. So they know how to gather intelligence. They came back and they said, boss, it's true.
How did you feel at that moment?
Upset.
Yeah.
Annoyed.
Yeah.
Emotional. A lot of mixed feelings inside me. But never mind. I told my guy, I said, look, you tell those ladies I want to meet them. I'm coming down. Okay?
So you're coming to them, right?
Yeah, I'm coming to them. Yeah, I'm in KL. They are down in the States. Yeah. So I went down and I said, look, I don't want to meet them in the office. I meet them outside. In a cafe. Find a cafe which is a bit quiet, not many customers. We'll meet there. Say, gather all those who are in the same predicament. So I met them and they told me the story and all that.
And how many turned up?
5 of them turned up. Now 5 were victims. I do not know how many more out there who dare not come and see me.
Of course, right? Yeah.
Now, still at this moment, I'm not too sure whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad is it? You don't
Oh, very bad. Undescribable. Cannot describe in
cannot share on this podcast.
this podcast. So just to make sure, I asked the ladies, I said, any one of you prepared to make a police report? And immediately one of them said, yes, boss, I'm prepared.
Right.
Now that gives me a lot of assurance. This is genuine.
Right.
Because if this is not genuine, they are making a false police report. They could be in trouble.
Right. That's a
Yeah. So I told my guy, all out. Yeah.
So what does all out mean? What does that
all out means we carry out full-scale investigations, we record statements and whatnot.
mean? And these are so this is like a police kind of like operation.
Yes.
Are they working with you at the company or they?
Yeah, in my company.
Okay. Because you're using your background from the police to kind of execute this operation.
I'm applying my police experience
Yes.
in this sort of, in handling this issue.
Yes.
So, in fact, I talked to the accused. I know him.
Is there only one person?
Yeah, only one person. So I talked to the accused, and his body language, in a way, gave him away.
Right.
Yeah. So I told him, well, you decide what you want to do. I'll give you 1 day. Tomorrow we'll meet. And then you tell me what is the result. Yeah. What's your decision?
And what was that like, just to kind of have that meeting with that kind of with an individual, because that must be very intense.
Yeah, I know him. I know that guy.
How do you do that? Is you meeting in a coffee shop? Or are you meeting in an office?
I met for the accused. I met him in the office.
Right. Okay.
I want to make it official.
Right. Yeah.
So tell him that I am conducting investigation. This is official.
Right.
So yeah, his body language. When I asked him, I said, "Bro, I heard this thing happen. I'm not sure whether it's true or not. What have you got to say?" Yeah. And immediately, he looked down. Nothing came out from me. I said, okay, never mind, bro. Yeah. You decide what you want to do. Tomorrow, you tell me. Yeah, we'll meet up tomorrow. Then we'll decide on the next course of action. And the next day, I met him. He told me, Mr. Toh, you just do whatever you need to do. I said, okay, fine. That's where we go through the whole process. And in the end, we terminated him. And
what is the process? Sorry, does that include the police report or?
The police report is done already. That means this is our own internal domestic inquiry process. Where domestic inquiry is an inquiry where we give the accused the opportunity to answer the allegations.
Yes.
Yeah? And we found him guilty, and then we terminated him.
Right.
Of course, the employee was not too happy about that. He challenged the company, and the case went to court.
And why was he not happy about that?
Of course, in Malaysia, we have the industrial court.
Yeah.
Where if any employee who is not happy with being terminated, he has got the right to file a complaint.
Right.
Yeah. And if the complaint is not resolved, then it will end up in the industrial court.
Right.
So that's how the case went up to court. Now that is the beginning of my dilemma. Okay? So I have to go back to the ladies. And I told the ladies, I say, ladies, very sorry, your case has gone to court and you need to go to court as witnesses. Are you with me or not with me?
Right. Things get a bit more real now.
Okay.
Even more real, better said. This is,
Now, it is not easy. It is not easy going to industrial court to narrate what happened to them.
Right, because it all has to be unpacked in a public way.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and the lady says, don't worry, boss, we are with you. I'm getting emotional.
I'm getting emotional too. I'm just riding with you on this one. Yeah, I'm with you.
I said, good, good. I went all out for you. Now it's your turn. You have to be all out for the company, not me for the company.
Mm.
And they went to court. Not easy. They went to court. All of them came out crying.
All 5. As they gave their testimony, and then, yeah.
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 So, yeah. If you ask me when was the time I cried, I've been crying since that day until every time I share this story. Every time I share this story, I get emotional. It's just a matter of how well I control my emotions.
And what do you think it is that creates that emotional power? Why does it create that emotional power, do you think? What is it that energizes it?
Yeah. Because I feel bad for the ladies. Remember, these ladies are not young.
Right.
They are in their 40s, 50s, married, and sexually harassed by the person who is supposed to take care of them. He took advantage of the ladies. You ask me, how do I feel? I feel upset. There is a betrayal of trust there.
Yes.
Yeah. There's the element of taking advantage.
Yes.
And I want to seek justice for these ladies. I feel very bad for them. And they just do not know where to complain.
Yes.
Who to tell until they told me. I asked them, what took you so long to come to me?
Yeah.
Say, boss, firstly, we do not know how to reach you until they got my phone number.
Right.
And secondly, they say, boss, we are all married.
Right.
What if this case gets blown up?
Yeah.
There will be a divorce in my family.
Right.
And I do not want that. And we do not want that to happen. I tell you, that sentence was so powerful. It hit me. I said, oh, and it makes me so determined that I want to go all out for them.
How long has this been happening for?
For 4 years.
4 years.
They have been sexually harassed.
Gosh.
And they just do not know how to seek justice.
My heart is pounding right now. I'm really,
Huh?
my heart is pounding right now. This is very powerful.
So you ask me what sort of emotions? Yeah, that's it. Sympathy, empathy, anger, betrayal, everything. I told you, mixed emotions.
Yeah. And it's really high emotion.
And you should have seen them going to the courtroom and coming out from the courtroom. They cry and I cry. Just imagine.
Yeah.
If they say, no, we are not going to court, I'm dead.
Right.
I'm dead. I got no witnesses.
Right. Right.
See, their courage. I must salute them for that.
Yeah.
Now, these are the small things that we need to do for our staff. Then they will really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Right. Even long after you have left the company, they still remember you. Until today, they still remember me.
Sure. And so how sorry, you're gone.
Yeah. And that is the biggest satisfaction I have in me. Being remembered. I don't ask for it, but it's there. But to each his own. Everyone has got their own style of managing people. You may have your own way of influencing your workers or winning their hearts and minds. It's up to you how you want to do it. Yeah. And I can tell you, the satisfaction of getting their trust is really, really worth it.
And I guess also doing the right thing, having the courage to be in your humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And the authenticity of caring with your heart, sense of justice. not willing to let it slide. Because the easier thing is to let it slide, right?
Yeah.
Doing the difficult thing.
Yeah.
So what's the sort of the end of the story then?
The end of the story, we won the case. Okay? The company won the case in the sense that the industrial court said that the termination was a rightful decision.
Right.
Oh, that was a greatest joy. And the story didn't end there. I told my boss, I need a budget because I'm going down there to have a simple party with them. And I gave all of them letters of appreciation. Now, it's just small things.
Yeah.
Just imagine a simple letter, a small lunch.
Yeah.
They appreciate it.
And how did the epilogue for the ladies go? Was there a divorce? What's the
Oh, no. No, not that I've heard of.
Right.
Okay. We try to contain the damage as much as we can.
Yes.
We try to keep it low level.
Because there's an important message here, because there might be a belief that we want to hide it because of the potentially massive consequences, right? But by being brave and human and seeking the path of justice, bringing it to light, resolving it, finding that peace, seems to have been the right outcome.
Yeah. So the message is, as HR or managers or whatever you are, a supervisor, if your employees come to you with a grievance or with a situation, don't sweep it under the carpet. Okay? It's very easy to sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. But your employees, they are going to remember what you have done for them, how you treated them. Yeah. And the moment they lose trust in you, that's when the quiet quitting begins.
Right.
And later on, if you try to regain their trust, it's going to be a uphill journey.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't do it. You can still do it, but it's going to take you a long time to win back their trust. So do it right the first time. Yeah. We live through life once. So why not make your life and in this world a worthy living one? Be kind to your people. That's my message to all the listeners out there.
Well, I think that takes us to the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
I would like to say thank you for sharing such powerful stories. It's been inspiring to listen to you.
My pleasure.
I'd like to ask you to just share one more time to the camera your mantra, because I think it's beautiful and inspiring, especially with the stories behind it. And then we'll wrap things up. So please do share your message.
Yep. Again, I would like to repeat my quote just now. Lead with authenticity, manage with humanity. Think about it. How you want to do it, up to you. Back to you.
So thank you so much for joining us on the
My
podcast.
pleasure.
It's been incredibly powerful. I've learned so much, and I think our audience has too. And that's all we have to say, I think. So thank you for joining us on this powerful learning journey. And that's the end of today's show.